Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rakhma Aulia. In this video, I will explain about the function of oral language. The purpose of language is to communicate needs, wants, ideas, information, and feelings. The purpose or function of language have been categorized in a variety of ways. The best known function and among the most widely cited are holidays communication function. And let's see the holidays function of oral language. The first function in holidays is instrumental. Instrumental means to express their need. This sort of language helps us to identify things, seek and provide information, requires assistance, and for classroom experience, from problem solving, gathering material, role play. And number 2 is personal. Personal means use language to express individuality. Personal helps us to elaborate and give detailed recount of experience, express and respond to ideas and opinion, express agreement and disagreement, seek, give and need permission to do something, and then express approval or disapproval for a service provided. For personal classroom experience itu seperti making feelings, interacting with others. And number 3 is interactional. Interactional means getting along with others, establishing relative status. And this sort of language helps us to greet or welcome people, meet or introduce people, take leave of somebody, attract attention, explore challenging idea, and negotiate. And for classroom experience, for structure play, dialogues and discussion, talking in groups, and role play and scenario. And number 4 is regulatory. Regulatory means to influence the behavior of others. Regulatory help us to give information or correct factual information, and persuade others, give specific logical instruction in a variety of contexts for different audience, and for classroom experience, making rules in games, giving instruction, constructing persuasive text. And then function number 5 is representational, means to give information. This sort of language helps us to talk about the real world, express a proposition, report about things using description or narrative, and convey message. And for the classroom experience, for oral reports, class meetings, debate, procedure, and radio scripts. And number 6 is heuristic. Heuristic means to seek information and ask questions. And for classroom experience is for Q&A, routines, inquiry and research, interview, discussion, investigating, and extend students reporter of question types. And the last is imaginative. Imaginative means to express creative language, and imaginative help us to perform. And for the classroom experience, like readers, theater, storytelling, drama, poems, rhymes, and etc. And the next material is developing communicate competence in the function of language. To communicate easily in social and academic contexts, students need to understand and know what the verbal range is. Language text will operate in different contexts. Each oral text has its own conversation for a particular purpose and audience. This conversation defines how we present ideas, opinion, and information. Students develop topic knowledge in all curriculum areas through speaking and listening. They also learn about spoken language while learning how to organize their speaking. And the most efficient way to this is discussion and extend conversation, partner and small group work, oral reports, questioning and inquiry, interview, meetings, argument and informal debates, interest talks, and storytelling and anecdotes. Then I will explain the discussion. Discussion challenges students to use reasoning, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills. They also involve students in generating possible solutions, giving explanation and opinions, and making decisions. And number 2 is extend conversation. Extend classroom conversation are sustained conversation dialogue that occur between student and teacher and between students and students. In extend conversation, teacher need to engage students in real conversation about meaningful subject. Teacher need to provide opportunities for students to interact with each other about the idea involved and for teacher to interact with the student. And number 3 is partner and small group work. Group work has a greater potential for conversational interaction where students can develop speaking and listening skills. Small group learning allows teachers to adapt to more informal goals in discussion, which enable to be effective scaffolding students' learning by providing instruction conversation. And number 4 is oral report. Oral reports give students experience in selecting and organizing information that will suit specific purpose, situation, and audience. In this oral report, the teacher should take advantage of the opportunities presented, which class activities, such as reporting the result of an investigation or project or skill, and etc. And the next is, or number 5 is questioning and inquiry. Good questioning promotes understanding. Therefore, the teacher must provide opportunities for students to explain, clarify, investigate, and identify problems. So, the contributing to the dialogue between teacher and student is very important. Self-questioning enables students to assess their own result and effort, as well as to set goals for improvement. And then number 6 is interview. In an interview, students practice effective questioning and develop the skill to listen critically. Through practicing interviews, students learn how to successful interviews, like clarify the information they want to elicit and plan questions to achieve that outcome, and building on previous question to gain information or additional information. And number 7 is meetings. Meeting provide an authentic context in which to develop and reinforce speaking and listening skills. We can provide a forum to discuss matter or important problems and to resolve specific issues. Meetings are generally planned, and students have the opportunity to plan in advance what they are going to say. But much of the talk will be unplanned discussion, so that many conversations happen spontaneously. And but this can help us to develop speaking skills. And number 8 is argument and informal debate. Debate can be used to explore the different problem and point of view that arise from literature studied in classroom. The language used for debate and argument development is designed to persuade the audience to accept a certain point of view by engaging students in debate as well as giving them practice in justifying opinions. Not only that, students must also research topic and gather accurate and relevant information to support certain point of view. And number 9 is interest talk. Interest talk are a way for students to share topic of personal interest with others. The main aim of an interest talk is to make a topic sound interesting to others. And the last is storytelling and anecdote. Telling stories is a vital part of everyday conversation. We communicate by telling stories. They allow us pass of information and to make meaning of our life. We use a combination of language function with narrative. We recount, describe, or report as well as we tell our stories. Narrative needs to be an important feature in our classroom. Narrative helps students to connect what happened in the classroom with the real world. It is the students' way of understanding, organizing, and communicating their experience. In this way, many teachers draw connection from their personal experience when they wish to illustrate a point or make their thinking visible. By storytelling, allow the teacher to encourage the same skills in students, so that each student gets the opportunity to share personal stories or anecdotes. And as teacher, we must support and appreciate what students are telling. So that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.